Hey guys, how you doing? Welcome back. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Is it fantastic? Is your day good? I've got a little bit of a scratchy throat, but I've got a new tank, and I'm doing a video for you anyway. Here we go. Let's put my tired old face in the video here. It's early in the morning, guys, and I'm recurring. For those of you who didn't know, I tested positive for COVID about 2 weeks ago. And I was sick for 5 days or 6 days, and then I recovered. And now I've got a sore throat again. So I'm, But the show must go on. The show must go on. M2Y. First game. I'm going down the American new heavy line. I know. They've been out for a while. And I don't do things quickly, okay? I'm just doing it. Let's do some commentary here. Let's get the brain fog off and let's do some commentary. Look at the mini-map. The meta, usually on this map, is go to the Magic Forest and wallow around in the Magic Forest, win or lose the Magic Forest, and then not know what to do. But no one went to the Magic Forest except the OI. So I'm kind of stopped here. Mainly because yesterday I didn't feel well. And I didn't feel like driving around. I don't know what the strategy is, but I just stopped in this bush. Usually you can shoot people that poke around here or come there. It's a very passive place to go. But it's okay. I don't mind it. What's this commentary going to be like today? You know, guys, something weird happened yesterday. I got to tell you this, because it's on my mind. And then we're going to get into the gameplay. Look, I'm top tier, by the way. This is the first game, so I'm top tier. I should be able to dominate on the battlefield. I was selling something on Kijiji. It's funny. I listed this thing on Kijiji, okay? About 4 or 5 days ago. Then, 2 days ago, someone sent a message. I'm interested in... It's a chair. I'm selling a chair. I'm interested in the chair. Is it still available? And I said, yes. Come by and pick it up anytime you want. No reply. All right, oh well. The following day, someone sent a message. Hey, I'm still interested. Sorry. The next day, someone sent a message. I'm interested in the chair. Is it still available? A different person, right? The next day. I said, yes, it's available. If you'd like to come pick it up, let me know. Person replied immediately, yeah, I can be there in about an hour. I'll pick it up. I said, great. Person showed up in an hour, gave me some cash, and I sold the chair. Fantastic. Then I delisted the ad. Okay? Took the ad off. About 6 hours after I delisted the ad, I get a text message, because I guess on Kijiji I've got my phone number and it's hidden, and it says if you can click here, you can text the person. I get a text message, is the chair still available? And I replied, no, it's sold. The person replies on text message, what do you mean it's sold? I haven't picked it up yet. I said, it's sold. I sold it 6 hours ago. The ad's down. And the person says, well, I'm going to come and pick it up. Because I'm texting back and forth. I said, who are you? It's a woman. She says, about a day and a half ago, I told you I was interested, and you said I could come pick it up. I said, well, that's a day and a half ago. This is where I'm texting back and forth. Then she texts, don't you know that it's supposed to be first come, first serve? This is a text message. Don't you know how it works? Is it supposed to be first come, first serve? I'm reading this, what? I replied, you're absolutely right. It's first come, first serve. And you didn't come, so you weren't served. She replies, what's wrong with you? You promised me the chair. I said, the way it works is first person. This is all a text message. Stupid Cromwell. Look at this thing. The turret traverse is horrible. You can't... After the Cromwell circle jerked me like that, I thought, I'm going to hate this tank. But things get better. I had this conversation on text message. I sent her, this is how it works. The first person that shows up with cash and pays gets the product when it's on Kijiji. Like, what's wrong with you? Then she replies, now I'm going to have to find another chair. I reply, well, good luck. I hope you find one. What the hell? The stupidest thing that... Anyways, that happened yesterday. Why do I tell these stories? I don't know. They're in my mind. It's comedy gold. Like, real life is comedy, guys. Playing this game is comedy. Look what's happening here. I don't know. We're wallowing on the west side of the map. The enemies are wallowing on the east side of the map. The OI is dead. He's probably furious at the team. I went to the forest and no one helped me. Well, you went there by yourself in a stupid, big, stupid tank. What's wrong with you? So when that happens, on this map, I find that staying, like, I'm going to refer to the map now, okay? I find that staying on these hills here is the most strategic. I know that the meta is to go to the forest, and the reason, it used to be, years ago, no one went to the forest, because the forest is not strategic. Once you win the forest, you go, oh, I won the forest, what do I do now? Well, after you win the forest, you got to drive in the open like this to get to the cap, or you got to drive in the open like that to get to the cap. So people never used to go to the forest, and then slowly the meta changed, and now everyone goes to the forest. And the reason it's good to go to the forest now is because everyone's there. And if everyone's there, where did that shot go? Stupid game. Because everyone's there, you go to the forest to farm damage. If you don't go to the forest, you usually don't have a target-rich environment. But anyways, I find that going to the forest is not strategic. And it's more strategic to stay in positions like this, anywhere along this high ground, because you can poke these edges and shoot people. That's my strategy anyway. It seems to work most of the time. I shot that T-29. Now, I gotta say, when my mind is flowing in different dimensions, as I told the story and talking about ridgelines, I have to say the T-29 is by far a better heavy tank than this. They're both tier 7. The T-29 is heads and shoulders better than this thing. Higher alpha, better turret, good gun depression. It's just beautiful. This one here, 240 damage. The shell velocity isn't great. The thing moves like a turd. It doesn't really move very well. I think the T-29 is probably almost more maneuverable. Everything about the T-29 is better. And let me show you, this thing here has a big freaking tumor. Look at this thing. If you're hull down, it's got a big freaking tumor. So, but this is my first game, and I've only done 900 damage, but you got to hear an interesting story. Did you like the story about the bird at the Tim Hortons a couple of videos ago? That's a true story. Okay, let's shoot this guy in the ass. No, see, I'm just too slow to react. And this is my problem. This is why I'm not a very good heavy tank player, guys. I'll freely admit, I'm not a great heavy tank player. Is because I like maneuvering around to strategic locations on the map. I like to do that. But in a heavy tank, especially a slow one like this, you can't. If you try, you're just too slow. So you're wallowing around like a muppet. So I do a lot of wallowing around like a muppet in a heavy tank, which is why I'm not great at heavy tanks. So I have to change my mentality of them. And you have to go to the kind of the heavy tank corner and hold the corner, or go to where you're needed as a heavy tank. Now, what aggravates me the most about this game is you can only do that with certain heavy tanks. Like, I can do that in Russian heavy tanks, or even like a Mouse or an E100. Now look at this. See, the track came off. I was able to back up to get safe. Now I have to wait. I find that track mechanic almost annoying. What's good about it is when you get hit and your track, you can still move back so you can get into cover and then wait for your track to regenerate. But if you keep moving, it takes like 20 seconds to repair. Anyway, so if you have a heavy tank that's actually a heavy tank, you can play that meta. But a lot of heavy tanks, like this one, if you go to that heavy tank spot, like where you're supposed to go, goodbye. If you go to that heavy tank spot where you're supposed to go, you're useless because you have this big freaking tumor. So if you go to that front ridge line, you go play front line on the where the heavy tanks are, that corner. And I played 7 or 8 games. I know this, not just this game. This game worked out, but you get farmed by other better heavy tanks, or even tier 6s, or if you're bottom tier, heaven forbid, you just get farmed. So there's some heavy tanks that just don't play that meta. And that's why I... Like this one here gives up speed and maneuverability, but you don't really get the heavy tank attributes. So you got a pretty good front plate and you got a pretty good turret, but if you get really close to the enemies, especially if you're not top tier, they're just going to farm your tumor. You know, if you go to that corner, as soon as you poke out of the corner, snap, snap, snap. I mean, look at the size of it. You know, you're going to get farmed. So if you're going to get farmed, this is my point. If you're going to get farmed anyway, if everyone's going to pen you anyway, then I'd much rather play a much more maneuverable medium tank or light tank. Some medium tanks have a higher DPM and are more maneuverable, so you can avoid getting farmed. You can poke and pull back and maneuver, right? So the only heavy tanks that I enjoy are the ones that actually have some speed and reliable armor. Now, let me guess, in this game, what would those ones be? Which heavy tank lines in this game are fast and have lots of armor and are overpowered? Ooh. Oh, the Russian ones! Oh. So there you go. Let's keep watching the game. Isn't this fun? Now this guy has trained his crew in repairs because he's a heavy tank, so he is detected and I'm not. I don't know why I'm not. He has no view range and no concealment. And goodbye. Gotcha. Gotcha. That's working out. No, 2,350 damage. Now you're saying, Claus, you can't possibly. You're top tier. You're shitting on top, bottom tier 6s, and yeah, tier 6s. You can't possibly do this if you're playing in a, what would this tank see? Tier 9s? Try this in a tier 9 game and see how it goes. Well, okay. We'll try that. Oh, look at this. Oh. Yeah, let's acquire the target. Target released. Look at this territory. Should I shoot him? Let's just shoot him. Very nice. What was he doing? I don't know. Oh, I hit his gun, I think. No, he was angled. But let's take him out. Let's take him out on the battlefield. Klaus Kellerman. 3 kills, 2,700 damage. Ooh, plus a blind shot. I think we're up close to 3,000 damage. Now I'm saying maybe capture the base Type 64, because if you go fight the OI and he derps you and you die, I may not even get there in time. But I think our T64 or Type 64 player here is a very good player, and he's gonna watch the minimap here. This Type 64 player knows what he's doing, and he's just gonna shit all over that OI. It was not maneuverable and can't do anything because he's a slow, heavy tank. And I trundle along here. What am I doing? 35? This tank's supposed to go 45, I think. I'm going 36, 37. It's American 45, which is like 30. But that's my first game. Don't laugh. Let's look at the post-game stats. First game, not bad. Second class, and well, we finished on top with 2,779 damage. Top on damage, and we made some credits. Well, guys, let's see you try to do that in a tier 9 game. Well, you know what happened? Third game. Of course, the matchmaker and the map selection is so random in this game. I got the same map, same spawn, and I'm in a tier 9 game. Third game. The honeymoon lasted 2 games. Thank you, Wargaming. Oh, you got a new tank? You had a good game? Well, screw you. You could be bottom tier now, on the same map. Because we have 58 maps. But you can only play on one. And if you don't like that, go play the Art of Strategy. Screw you. Go manipulate some bots. What is it with this game? They got like... Didn't they come up with 20 new maps? We had that mode, recon mode, where we drove around and tested out like 20 new maps. Where'd they go? They're gone. You're not allowed to play on them. Oh, like, screw you. You're not allowed to play on the new maps. Play on Art of Strategy on the old maps. Where did the developers get... The people that run this game? Like, this, I'm speaking to you now, Wargaming. Like, Now, oh, wait a minute. Before we do that, look at that. Now everyone's gone to this same map, but now everyone's gone to the forest. So I'm just chilling in the same area here. But wargaming. I'm asking you, Klaus Kellerman to wargaming. How do you make your decisions, right? You make about, I don't know what it was, 12, 15 new maps. You employed people to design 10, 12, I can't remember the exact number, like a dozen new maps. You tested them. We all played on them. You had that recon mode or whatever it was called. For a month, we played on all these new maps, and everyone loved it. Everyone said, wow, these are finally some new maps. We got some new maps. Isn't that great? They've developed new maps. You made a big deal out of it. Okay? So there's all these new maps. Then you take the maps away. What? They like the maps? Yuri, they like the maps. Take them away. So you take the maps away. There's no maps now. They're gone. Nobody knows where they went. They're gone. So, what? They like the new maps? What do we do? Well, forget the maps. We make new mode. What new mode? We make new mode on old maps. New mode where they just play with bot programs. Like, who comes up with the strategy of your... Do you expect you're going to get new players? Or keep players engaged? So we're going to manipulate bots now on old maps. Always give us the new maps in the regular game. Most of us that made accounts and started playing World of Tanks did that because we enjoy World of Tanks, the game mechanic that we have right now, what we're watching right now. We enjoy this. We'd like some variety. So I would hazard to guess that most of the players that already play like to play this mode, and they would like some variety, which would maybe, if you had some new maps, would give us the variety. If you added the new maps, you would please a large percentage of the player base. So why don't you do that? No, we do not want to do that. We want new mode. Art of Strategy. How many people are playing Art of Strategy, Wargaming? How many? I did a poll on my last stream. I asked my viewers, and there were quite a few viewers. 300-400 viewers. I'm not a super EUCC streamer that gets thousands of viewers because I get free drops or they get free drops. No. I'm just a regular schmo streamer. I've got 400 people watching, and I had a poll. I said, hey, how many of you guys are excited and are going to play the Art of Strategy? And you know what the poll was? 93% said no, they're not going to play it. It's shit. 93%. So my question, Wargaming, is how many people are playing Art of Strategy? Be honest. We're going to find out in a couple of weeks when you remove it, and we'll never see it again. Guaranteed. Like, how do you make your decisions? Why don't you hire a consultant? I'll do it for free. You don't have to hire a consultant. I'll do it for free. I'll tell you, when you got the team of 23 guys working on the new stuff, and we have a meeting, and you say, okay, what have you guys come up with? Well, it's interesting. It's called the Art of Strategy. Art of Strategy? How does it work? Well, what you do is you control these bot programs. Stop! Okay, stop working on that. That's a stupid idea. Weren't you guys supposed to be working on maps? Yeah, but we got bored working on the maps. We started working on Art of Strategy. You're fired! There. That's okay. That's how it works. That's how business works. The guys that develop those new maps, promote them, and put the freaking new maps in the game. Okay? Jeez. Is it that hard, guys? Like, is the COVID brain fog affecting my thinking? Or is it that difficult? Is it that difficult? Do you have to be a rocket surgeon? Watch, Russian Cloak of Dispersion. Did you see that? We programmed that in game. If someone tried to shoot Russian tank that's low on HP, we'll shot it dirt. That is good. Like, is it that hard to kind of understand certain things? I guess everyone fucks up, right? Like even Coca-Cola. They have the highest selling product beverage in the world. The Russian Cloak of Dispersion. And then some idiot that works there says, I got a great idea. Why don't we change the flavor? You're like, what? So they change the flavor and nobody wants Coke anymore. Then they fire the guy and they say, what do we do? What do we do? I don't know what to do. They think about it for months. I'm not sure what to do. We're losing sales. And then some bright guy says, I've got an idea. Why don't we bring the old flavor back? That's a genius idea. Like, it's not fucking rocket science. And I'm gonna die like a muppet here. I tried my best. Stupid T-29. How many times do I have to shoot a T-29 to kill him? Like 20? Hey, but I've done 3,191 damage, I'll have you know, in a tier 9 game. Not going to the forest, because I don't like to go to the forest. I simply don't. I held off. I held back the enemy team. I told you a story. I gave you my opinion. We're going to win by capping. We're going to check the post-game stats. And I'll show you how I dominated on the battlefield. Not good enough for ace tanker, guys, because a couple of shots, bloop, hit the dirt, because that's the way the game's programmed. But on top, most damage, most XP, little tier 7 tank, which I gotta say, I think I've played 10 games, and I'm giving it a meh. I spammed APCR like a motherfucker that whole game because I was in tier 9, and I lost credits. You know, what are you gonna do? Thanks for watching, guys. Leave some comments. Let me know what you think of the things we discussed in this video. And I'll read them. And possibly even reply. Catch you on the next one.